Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberland. I am an educational consultant, advocate, activist, a professional frolicker, a transformational coach, and this is Minding My Black Ass Business. I am going to wait just a couple moments. I'm streaming live today, so I want to make sure that um, it's working on every platform. Today is the first day that I am going live on my YouTube channel. So, yep, it is working perfect. All right. So, I'm not going to be on here long. I really just wanted to come on and give you all some updates because things are happening very quickly in regards to the situation that I have been unpacking my lived experiences when I worked for Chester County Intermediate Unit in Chester County, Pennsylvania. So, for those of you who may be new to me, new to this situation, um, not really sure what is happening. I'll kind of give you a quick update. So basically, I was a school improvement specialist working for Chester County Intermediate Unit in Chester County, Pennsylvania. The way that Chester County, or the way that Pennsylvania's education system works, is that the state contracts are contracted with several organizations to be able to um, improve schools in Pennsylvania. So Chester County Intermediate Unit was responsible for the people who were hired in order to do the work of school improvement across the state. I worked for them from August 20th of 2020 through June 30th of 2021 when they laid all of us off unexpectedly. I have been sharing the events that occurred there here on my YouTube channel for some weeks now. I am actually on up to part 7 of sharing what has happened. So, needless to say, the people at CCIU, Chester County Intermediate Unit, are not very happy with me, and they have been pulling out all the stops to try to get me to stop talking. In the time that I have shared these episodes, the first episode starts out with me, the first and second episodes start out with me reporting the behaviors of my supervisor to HR representative named Mary. And parts 3 and 4 go into what their findings were. So, in parts 3 and 4, the director of HR, now retired, I have found out, director of HR, Danielle, enters the scene to share her findings of the investigation. And what I will wholly say is that Chester County has had every opportunity to do the right thing in this situation. They had every opportunity to do the right thing when I was there and when I was living through it. They've had every opportunity to do the right thing after they laid us all off. And they've had every opportunity to do the right thing as I have started sharing my story. Unfortunately, they have taken the stance to try to silence me and to try to bury the information by sending over privacy claims to YouTube. So, those privacy claims are frivolous as faces are blurred in videos. Documents are redacted and things of that nature, but they really just don't want me talking about what happened. So, right now, episodes 1 and 2, again, where I reported what was happening to the HR representative, are kind of in YouTube purgatory, right? As they filed a privacy claim and they are currently not available for streaming on my YouTube page. However, they are still available for streaming on my Patreon page. So I'll go ahead on and put that link up in the event that you all want to check that out and see exactly what happened. Now, this is the thing. Intimidation tactics do not work for me. And they specifically do not work now that I do not work for them, right? I have picked up the pieces of my life and I have now started a new life free from the trauma that they continuously exposed me to. However, they are still at it. So I wanted to kind of give you all just a update on where we go from here. And I'm only going to share certain things here because this is for public view. And I actually did tag them because I want them to see that their tactics are not working. And I'm going to continue sharing my lived experience, which I have every right to do. So basically, what is going to happen is I am going to put all the documents that I have on my Patreon. I am going to put the emails, I am going to put the videos, I am going to put all of the things that they have done to me on my Patreon page. And I'm going to share pieces of that publicly here on the YouTube platform. But I'm going to put everything on my Patreon page because this is the thing. Some people have asked me like why I am continuing to do this. And I've even been asked the question, is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to expose myself to even more trauma? Because we know that the good people in Pennsylvania, the good people at Chester County Intermediate Unit are not going to do the right thing. They're not. They're not going to accept responsibility. They are not going to all of a sudden change their ways and decide that they're going to create an equitable environment for Black and Brown people. They're not going to do that. So is it worth it? And my response is absolutely. It is absolutely worth it for me to continue sharing what happened because taxpayers have spent millions of dollars millions of dollars on salaries of people who should not be in the school improvement industry. The thing about school improvement is there's profit in the problem. There's profit in the problem. So the reason that schools don't improve is because if they improve, then people won't have their high six-figure salaries anymore to be able to live their cushy lives. So they continue to create environments where schools remain inequitable, where schools remain without the proper support that they need, where teachers and children don't have the resources that they need, so that the people sitting in the offices who are doing school improvement have the ability to frolic around and just live their carefree lives. And I'm not okay with that. Our literal future is at stake here. Our children's lives are at stake here. Children that did not sign up to be at schools with people who don't care about them, to be at schools where they don't have the appropriate resources, they don't have the appropriate textbooks, they don't have schools that are safe for them to be in. Our children didn't sign up for that. Our families are sending their children to school every day thinking that their children are getting the best education when in fact they are not. And a part of the reason they are not getting the best education is because the people that work in school improvement are not really there to help to improve the school. Many of our teachers are ill-equipped. The professional development system in Pennsylvania is horrible. Horrible. Not just that people are unqualified to be able to train others, but that it is inequitably sourced. Pennsylvania has over 500 school districts, and each school district does its own thing. And that leads to a lot of inequities because there is no systematic way to ensure that there is improvement. So, who suffers at the hand of that? Our schools, our teachers, our families, and our children. Who doesn't suffer? Chester County Intermediate Unit, Pennsylvania Department of Education. They don't suffer. They continue to go on another day as if nothing happened. And I am not okay with that. So, because I have this information from when I worked there, I will be sharing my experiences. I will be exposing how dysfunctional the system was, how traumatic and racist the system was. I made a post, and I'm saying was, but it probably still is, based on what I have heard from the people who are still there. I made a post on my LinkedIn page the other day, and I was talking about how Chester County is okay with people using the N word, for instance. I'm going to talk about it probably in episode 9, 10, because there's so much more to share before I get there. But there was an incident within their equity committee where someone typed the N word in the chat directed towards me, and Chester County Intermediate Unit thought that it was okay. They were absolutely fine with it. They never asked me if I was okay. They never asked me anything at all. I had to ask them what occurred with that particular situation. And they basically told me, we investigated and the case is closed. So here we are. Here we are, doing everything that we can to advocate for innocent children who don't deserve to be in these situations. So, if you're not on my Patreon, probably want to get over there, because that's where I'm going to place all of the information. Episodes 1 and 2 will be back up soon. But for now, episodes 3 through 6 are up. If you have not watched episodes 3 through 6, I encourage you to watch. It's full of white tears. It's full of lack of accountability, lack of responsibility. It is full of their concerted effort to traumatize and silence me. And it's not working. It's not working. So I just wanted to do this quick update. There's things are progressing very quickly. So the right now updates will continue to go into my Patreon. Um, and I am going to continue talking. So tonight I will be doing episode 7, and episode 7 will pick up on February 24th, I believe it is, when I have the second part of my 90-day evaluation. You all will be able to see how they handled that situation, and the way that they positioned themselves to keep me in a place of not ever being able to be safe in that working environment. Some of you have asked how I am doing. This past week, I was a little under the weather. It's a lot of bugs going around, cold bugs, flu bugs, and things of that nature. I am feeling a lot better. So, that won't be getting in the way of me continuing to share what has occurred and what has happened to me and the trauma that I've had to live through. I will say again, I have every right to share my story. I have every right to share how they chose to treat me as an employee, how they chose to treat schools and administrators and teachers and children and families across Pennsylvania. Chester County Intermediate Unit should have never been involved in the school improvement grant that they wrote. The entire system was very convoluted, and they launched a lot of trauma against Black and Brown people unapologetically. Um, so that's the update. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those questions in the comments. If you just want to send over some love and support, feel free to do that as well. You can also support this movement again by joining my Patreon at Minding My Black Ass Business. I'm still talking. And I want you all to know that your intimidation tactics are not working on me. Okay? So That's all for now. I will see you all tonight. I will be streaming episode 7 live on my Patreon. And then after I stream live on my Patreon, then I will upload it to YouTube and you will be able to see how they decided to position themselves. Okay. I appreciate you all very much. I thank you all for investing your time and energy into receiving my story and to helping advocate for the students and the children that live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Work sometimes may feel like it's in vain, but I promise you that there will be an equitable outcome at some point. At some point, accountability is here, and there are organizations that have taken notice. So that's all I'm going to say for now. Okay. So I appreciate you all. I will be in touch. Again, join me over on Patreon if you have any questions or you want to follow along in this journey live. Appreciate y'all. Bye.